let's go to page 78 and start with number 1. So there you have W, absolute value of W equal to 4, okay? And you want to solve this by graphic method. So what you want to do is put in a proper format. So this is same as W minus 0 is equal to 4, okay? So this is your starting point, okay? And this is your distance, and this is your end point. So when you graph, so your starting point is, so put like this, okay? So minus is part of your form, okay? So you got 0, and the distance is 4, so this is 4, this is 4. So this point, so 0 you go 4 this way, this will give you 4. 0 going 4 this way will give you negative 4. Okay, and equal will be just 2 dots. So now you have to write your answer based on this picture. So you're going to get W equal to negative 4 or W equal to 4. Okay, so this is the graphing method. Okay, let's go to number 3. Absolute value of T is less than 3. Okay. So again, put it in the proper format. So here's your starting point. Okay, and here's your distance. And this is your end point. So starting point is 0. Distance is 3, so you have to go 3 this way. Go 3 this way. So 0 going 3 this way give you 3. Okay, 0 going this way give you negative 3. And so now you have to look over here. So the number is going to be pointing toward the starting point. So from here, it's going to point. So here's your starting point. Okay, so it's going to point toward that. Right? Again, arrow point toward the starting point. So from here, you're going to point toward that. So that is your picture you get. So your final answer would be negative 3 is less than T less than 3. Right? So negative 3, none with that. This match with that. T is all these points in here, and that would be your answer. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, number 5. Okay, yeah, absolute value of U is greater than or equal to 2. Okay, again, put in the proper form. Okay. So again, this is your starting point, and this is your end point. Again, absolute value means the distance between the 2 points. So this is starting, and this is end. Okay, so the end minus the beginning will give you the distance. And so the 2 will be the distance. So here's your distance. Okay? Okay. So here's your starting point, 0. Right? That's your starting point. The distance is 2. Okay? So you start at 0, you go 2 this way, you're going to end up with 2. You start with 0, you're going 2 this way, you're going to end up with negative 2. Okay? And this one have an equal, so it's going to be a closed circle. And notice this is pointing away from the starting point, so it's going away. Right? Again, this is pointing away from the starting point. So your starting point is your reference point. Okay? So again, this would be pointing away. Right? Again, here's your starting point. So arrow is pointing away. Arrow is pointing away. Okay? So now here's your picture. So now you have to write your answer based on this picture. So you're going to get U is less than or equal to negative 2, or U is greater than or equal to 2. Okay, and that is your picture. Okay. Okay, number 7. Okay, yeah, absolute value of Y minus 2 is less than 3. Okay, now I'm going to put parentheses over here to indicate that negative is not part of your starting point. Okay, minus is the part of your proper form. Okay, so you can that's your starting point, that's your end point, and here's your distance. Okay, so don't put a negative. Again, minus is part of your form. So the starting point is 2. Okay, and the distance is 3. Okay, so put distance over here. So you start at 2, and your distance is 3, so this would be a 5. You start at 2, you're going this way, you're going to give you negative 1. Okay, and this is going to be an open circle. Okay, and this is going to be pointing toward the starting point. So you go so here's your starting point. So it's going to go this way, and this is going to go this way, and they're going to meet right over here, right? So you're going to get all these points over here. So now your answer, now you got a picture, you have to write your answer based on this picture. So you're going to get -1, so in this case it would be less than y is less than 5. Okay, so again 5 is this, -1 is this, y is all these points over here. So all the points would be between -1 and 5, greater than -1, less than 5. Okay. Okay, let's go to number 9. So value of t minus 3 over 2 is less than or equal to 5 over 2. Okay, so over here I'm going to put parentheses around this so that way kind of remind you that negative is not part of your starting point. Okay, minus is part of your format. Okay, so that's your starting point, and this is the end. So again, you must have a minus. Okay, and this is the distance. So you can do not put a negative into your starting point. Okay. So your starting point is 3 over 2. So this is your starting point. And your distance is 5 over 2. Okay, so you got 3 over 2 and you go 5 this way, then you're going to get 8 over 2. Don't worry about simplifying yet. Okay, again 3, you go 5, you're going to get 8. Then 3, you go 5 this way, it give you -2. Okay, again, so that's your distance. So now you're going to get the points. Okay, so the point's going to be right over here and right over here. Okay, now this is going to be pointing. So this will give you the closed circle. Okay, and it's going to point toward the starting point. So it's going to go toward going toward the starting point. Okay, so you're going to end up right. You're going to end up with all this in between. So in this case, then you can write your final answer. So you can simplify now. So this would be -1. Is less than or equal to, right? This is how to match that, right? And this would be a t less than or equal to 4. Okay. Okay, number 11. Okay, you have r plus 2 is greater than 5. Okay, so first you have to put in the proper form. Okay, so notice this is a plus, so you need to get into a minus. So you have to do this. Right? So break the plus into minus. You need to have a minus because that's your definition, right? Definition of absolute value is the distance between the 2 points. So you have to use the end minus the beginning, right? So this is your starting point, this is the end point, and that's your distance. Okay. Now you don't have to write all this, but I'm keep writing it just to remind you. But if you want to write, that would be great also. Okay, so -2 is your starting point. And you have the distance is 5, so you go 5 and 5, right? So -2, you go 5 this way, so it will give you 3, right? -2 plus 5 will give you 3. When you go this way, it will be -7, right? And then you draw, and there's no equality, so it will be open circle. And this is pointing away from the starting point, right? This is pointing away. So it will be pointing away. And so now you got your picture. Now you have to write your final answer based on the picture. So you're going to get r is less than -7, or when you split it up, you're going to have or. And r is greater than 3. Okay, and that would be your answer.